Well, very pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. You are looking live at Arrow Arena here at Ashland High School in Ashland, Ohio. We have girls varsity action for you this evening as the Arrows welcome in the Sandusky Blue Streaks in a non-conference battle. David Wilson reporting, Aiden Chandler alongside. Our game tonight also brought to you by Headstrom Entertainment, having unplugged fun for over 100 years. This is the countdown to tip-off, brought to you by Simonson Construction, serving Ashland and North Central Ohio for over 50 years. The Arrows unbeaten, 8-0. They are 5-0 in OCC play. Meanwhile, Sandusky comes in heading in the opposite direction. They're 1-6, 0-2 in the Sandusky Bay Conference Lake Division, but after winning their opener, they have dropped 6 consecutive ball games. Aiden, good evening to you. Another chance for this Arrows team to continue getting better. They're on the court tonight against a team that, you know, certainly they're highly favored to win this game, but they are coming off a huge win in their pre-Christmas portion of the schedule against Clear Fork, a previously unbeaten team. That was a very convincing 63-42 win.
Yeah, that was a statement win for Coach Holt and the Lady Arrows. Obviously, 2 undefeated teams in that game. The Arrows coming out on top. That really gives the Arrows a good idea of where they stand as a team, going up against a tough Clear Fork team on the road and getting it done. But most notably from that night, senior Madison Hoffman pouring in 29 points, including 8 3-pointers, breaking Nicole McFadden's school record, which was 7 3-pointers in one game. That happened in the early 1990s. So a long-standing record fallen again in basketball here at Ashland High School. Madison Hoffman, 8 3-pointers against Clear Fork. But as you mentioned, big favorites here tonight against this Sandusky team. It's important to not grow complacent because you know that you should win this game. Sandusky, obviously, I know they're having a rough year, but they would love to come in here and hand the Arrows their first loss.
Well, there's no question about it. Their head coach, John Winborn, was saying before the game they just have not been able to hit shots. They haven't necessarily been taking bad shots. They just have not gotten going in terms of just knocking them down. They're only shooting 16% from three-point range. Meanwhile, Ashland averaging 60 points a game and giving up on average 34. Let's take a look at those records and OCC standings. They're brought to you by Whitaker Myers, providing solutions for your insurance, benefits, and wealth management since 1869, with offices in Ashland and in Worcester. Ashland sits atop the OCC with a 5-0 record. They're 8-0 overall. New Philadelphia is next. They had a non-conference win last night. They're 9-1 overall, 5-1 in the league, a game behind the Arrows. West Holmes has only played 3 conference games, but they are 2-1, so they're in third place, 3-5 overall. That will be the next opponent for the Arrows on Saturday on the road at West Holmes. Mansfield-Madison, 3-2. They just most recently beat this Sandusky team by 34 points. 3-2 in the league for the Rams, 5-6 overall. Then you have Worcester with that signature win against New Philly. They're 3-3 in the OCC, 5-4 overall. Then it's Dover, Lexington, and Mansfield Senior rounding out the league standings. This is the only game in the OCC tonight in girls basketball with the Blue Streaks visiting the Arrows.
No conference implications here tonight, but again, the Lady Arrows would like to keep things rolling, advance to 9-0. Just a reminder, all season long, we're coming to you live from the Priest Dental broadcast booth. Priest Dental, your hometown dental leader, proud AHS alum Kevin Priest and his team will handle all of your dental needs.
All right, coming up, we'll continue with our Countdown to Tip-Off show, brought to you by Simonson Construction. We'll have the injury report, keys to the game, our officials for tonight, as well as the starting lineups. All of that is coming up. You see, we're just a little under 9 minutes to go before tipping this one off at Arrow Arena. We'll continue with our pregame coverage after this timeout on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
With our producer Brandon Gunder and Aiden Chandler, David Wilson back here at Ashland High School Arrow Arena. Arrows and Blue Streaks this evening in non-conference girls varsity action on the Arrows Broadcasting Network presented by Sarver Paving. Game day guests that appear with us all season long are brought to you by Whitcomb and Hess. They have your needs covered. Plan, grow, and thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. Well, Aiden, the Arrows continue to be one of the top teams in all of Division III. I was looking at Max Preps this afternoon, and this is not an official OHSAA statistic. Some teams may not have reported to Max Preps, but according to Max Preps, the Arrows are one of 3 teams in Division III that are still undefeated in the entire state.
Wow, and that's just crazy to think about all the work that Coach Holt has put in here at Ashland High School, because obviously her overall record 49-72 in her 6th season here at AHS. It hasn't always been this smooth sailing for Coach Holt, so it's really exciting to see her squad doing this unbeaten through 8 games. Also on Max Preps, they're ranked 25th in the state of Ohio in all of basketball. So again, not an official ranking, but still super exciting to see that girls basketball is back here at the high school, and they're continuing to trend in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what date on the calendar the OHSAA will start doing their polls for the various divisions in the state, but I'm sure when that happens, Ashland will be certainly in that top 10. We'll see when that occurs. Rankings are nice. They don't necessarily win you any games, but certainly is an accolade when you've earned it. This team continues to do well. Again, Aiden, I always go to the defensive side with the Arrows giving up just 34 points a game.
Yeah, that's really impressive. And back to your point about rankings don't win you games, obviously Coach Holt knows from her playing days that that's true. All the days that she spent at #1 as a member of the Ashland University women's basketball team. So the leader of this program of all people knows that just because you're viewed highly by the OHSAA doesn't mean you're going to win all these games. So that's reassuring for the program to know that you've got someone at the helm that has the experience in that department. But yeah, defense. You hear it all the time. Defense wins championships, and this Lady Arrow team is so good at defense. They got a good spark off the bench in Josie Van Tilburg, who hustles all the time on the basketball floor. All 5 starters, they love defense because they know that defense leads to transition offense, and that's where they do so well, getting Kennedy Lacey out running for fast break layups all the time.
Well, you see your split screen with the teams getting warmed up. We're just a few moments away from getting this one started. Ashland and Sandusky. We'll take a timeout here. When we come back, we'll get you set for the tip-off as our Simonson Construction tip-off show will continue in just a moment on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
We're at Arrow Arena for Ashland High School basketball. Sandusky and Ashland in girls varsity action this evening. Renee Holt, the head coach of the Arrows. John Winborn, the head coach of the Blue Streaks. Friends, the official watch location for Arrows athletics is the South Street Grill. It's your home to catch Arrows basketball if you aren't able to attend in person. South Street will carry all Arrows basketball games in the lower level bar area this season. Countdown is on for tip-off, Aiden. Let's check that injury report.
Today's injury report is brought to you by Fickus Furniture. No need for the big box stores. Fickus Furniture has your needs covered, and unfortunately, for the first time this season for us up here, we do have some injuries to report. Junior forward Bailey Hartman is out this evening, and for a few contests, her return is uncertain. You see her there on the screen with crutches. She injured her knee yesterday in practice, so Bailey will be out for a while nursing that knee injury. And then sophomore forward Megan Ediger is out as well. She had wisdom teeth removal surgery.
Looks like the Blue Streaks roster is pretty much intact, according to John Winborn. So it looks like they will be at full strength this evening. So that is certainly welcome news for him. Ashland won the JV game tonight 40-21. So that was a nice showing in the matinee ball game, and now the varsity ladies will try and follow suit. Ashland, as we mentioned, will be on the road at West Holmes on Saturday, and that'll be a big game. And then the next home game will be on Wednesday the 7th. That will be against winless Mansfield Senior. So those are the next two games on the docket as the ladies will wrap up 2025 this evening. Both teams heading over to the benches. We're just a few seconds away from our national anthem, which will be presented by Chandler Systems, Inc., locally owned and operated right here in Ashland, Ohio for over 40 years. By the way, Renee Holt, 49-72 in her 6th season. So a win tonight would give her number 50 in the win column in her Ashland coaching career. Teams are lining up. We'll listen in as Old Glory is unfurled here at Arrow Arena. It's almost time for our Star Spangled Banner.
And your Ashland Arrows. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America and all of our service men and women with the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
Our national anthem presented by Chandler Systems, Inc. Let's go ahead and check those starting lineups for you. They're brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company for all of your paper needs and wedding invitations to business cards and everything in between. Truly Inspired Paper Company in Ashland and Loudonville. For the visiting Blue Streaks, 1-6 on the year, coached by John Winborn. Cassidy Stovall will start at the point guard position. She's 5'6" and a junior. Brooklyn Slater will start in the backcourt. Really everybody a guard. They're kind of interchangeable parts on this Blue Streaks team. Brooklyn Slater, 5'10" senior. Amari Prentice, a 5'1" senior, will start at a guard spot. Shawnitha Wilson is their leading scorer. She's 5'8" and a junior, averaging a double-double of 16 points and 10 rebounds. And rounding out the lineup, Makia Ramo. She is a 5'4" senior, averaging 12 points a game. So they have two double-figure scorers. Again, it will be Stovall, Slater, Prentice, Wilson, and Ramo for Sandusky. Now for the Arrows, coached by Renee Holt. They're 8-0. Madison Hoffman will start at a guard spot, 5'10" senior, coming off that 29-point performance against Clearfork. Grace Tobias in the backcourt, 5'4" and a senior. Kennedy Lacey, 5'10", she's a junior, averaging 23 points a game. CeCe Story, the sharpshooter, will start in the backcourt, 5'5", she is a junior. And Cameron Cox in the post, she is a 6'1" senior center. Again, for the Arrows, you'll have Hoffman, Tobias, Lacey, Story, and Cox. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company. Now for the keys to the game with Aiden.
Tonight's keys to the game brought to you by your hometown vision leader, Ashland Eye Care. Proud AHS alum Dan Dembo will handle all of your vision needs. I kind of alluded to it earlier in the pregame show here. The Arrow ladies just cannot grow complacent. They know that they should win this game. Obviously the records indicate that, but they can't come out flat. They got to start out, shoot the ball well. They've had a few games here recently where they've started out slow on offense. They can't afford to do that tonight. You can't give the Sandusky team any bit of hope early on. They just got to, from the gate, come out firing on offense, take care of business, rebound the basketball, and they should have no problem handling this Blue Streak team tonight. For Sandusky, it's a matter of slowing down the Arrow offensive attack, which is really difficult to do because they're so versatile. It could be Kennedy Lacey. We saw last game Madison Hoffman outscoring Lacey. It could be her. It could be Cameron Cox. So really so many powerful weapons on offense for Coach Holt's squad. Sandusky's going to have to slow them down if they want to win this game this evening. And now for tonight's referees, brought to you by your hometown barbershop, 419 Barbershop in downtown Ashland. Matt and his team have all your needs covered. The referees for tonight's contest, Steve Hartman, Kevin Lehman, and David Stoiko.
All right, they will make the impartial calls in this non-conference battle. The Blue Streaks are in their navy blue uniforms, tops and bottoms, trimmed in gray and white. The Arrows in their home whites, trimmed in orange and black. The upcoming tip-off of tonight's game will be served up by Linway Restaurant, quality food and fine service since 1951. Well, the end of 2025, another year in the books.
Crazy.
As of tomorrow night.
Yep, and I know a lot of people probably watching this are going to be tuning into another game tomorrow evening as the Ohio State Buckeyes take on Miami. But I graduate in 2026, so an exciting year coming up for me.
Yeah, no question about that.
I'm excited.
Big moment coming up this spring. Kennedy Lacey in the center circle with Makia Ramo. And the tip goes into the backcourt, taken by Cam Cox, and away we go. It's some Arrows basketball tonight here on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. They go right into the post. Cox cannot finish. And the rebound pulled down by Brooklyn Slater. First possession for the Streaks. Ramo back to Slater now. They'll play it around the perimeter. Stovall running the point, and it goes off the hands of Amari Prentice for a turnover. Turnovers have really hurt the Blue Streaks. John Winborn really lamenting, especially in their last game against Madison, 31 turnovers.
And turnovers have really helped the Arrows. They were able to force a lot of turnovers the last time we saw them against Dover with 18 in the first half.
Hoffman dials up a three, missed it long, and a weak side rebound tipped out of bounds. So that'll stay with the Arrows. We're just underway, getting warmed up here at Arrow Arena. Brandon Gunder at the controls for us. Dave Wilson, Aiden Chandler, as the Arrows look to go 9-0. Tobias out to Hoffman. Tobias will dial up a three, in and out. Rebound to Lacey, back up, and got fouled.
Nice job by Kennedy Lacey on the offensive glass to crash when that shot goes up by Grace Tobias. Gets the offensive rebound, draws a foul. She'll head to the free throw line.
Well, what you like about that, Lacey did not dribble the ball. Just took it and went straight back up. Got fouled by Amari Prentice. Make it Brooklyn Slater with her first. And the shot is up and good, and Lacey is in the scoring column, and it's 1-0.
Kennedy Lacey at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line, your wastewater equipment leader, locally owned for over 40 years.
One more, Lacey up to 59%, but missed that one, and the rebound down to Slater, her second rebound. 1-0 Arrows. This is Ramo, top of the key, guarded by Story. A wild shot on the run, tipped by Cox and corralled by Story for her first rebound. Hoffman on the attack, has to back out as Stovall recovered defensively. Entry pass, Lacey draws a triple team, forces it up, and she'll go back to the line. A good collapse defensively on Lacey, but they got Slater on her second foul already.
And that's the thing too, when Kennedy Lacey feels that pressure, she can't put the basketball on the ground. She feels those defenders crash on her. She just needs to spin, go up with it, because that's when you get the jump balls and the change of possession. So unable to convert here on the first.
One more shot for Kennedy Lacey. She's averaging 23 points, 8 rebounds, shooting 52% from the floor. Got that one to roll in.
Yeah, you know Kennedy's going to get her points every night. It's just a matter of how. And she shoots it at such an efficient mark.
Stovall. Chest pass, right corner, goes to Prentice, and a steal. Second turnover against the Blue Streaks. They get it to Lacey running the court, scoops it up and in.
Kennedy Lacey 4, Sandusky 0 early on here.
Those are the live ball turnovers that can really hurt you. Stovall launches off the back rim, no. Lacey comes down with the rebound. Ahead to Madison Hoffman, stops and pops and nails it.
That's where you've seen a lot of growth too from Kennedy Lacey as she's grown up here as an Arrow. A lot of times in her younger days, she'd just drive and try and get to the rim, which she does very well, but finds a Madison Hoffman who's been on fire recently.
Kristen Johnson is in the game for Sandusky as Prentice went to the bench with 2 fouls. High arcing three, perfect by Amari Prentice. And the Blue Streaks are on the board now, 6-3. Tobias starts the drive. Ramo shuts her off. Story, nice bounce pass into Cameron Cox. Missed the layup. Lacey had it for a moment, but was poked away from her and now stolen away by the Arrows. And Cox shoots an air ball out of bounds. So Lacey had it poked away after grabbing a rebound, and the turnover against Sandusky, but it does not result in any points. Still 6-3.
And a Sid Sudds substitution. Josie Van Tilburg into the game for the first time, replacing Grace Tobias.
Van Tilburg had a nice game against Clear Fork. She dished out 6 assists, a season high for her. That was a 63-42 Arrows win. This ball picked up by Ramo. She fires off balance, not there. And the ball ripped down. It was nearly a jump ball, but forced out of bounds. It'll go to the Arrows.
Nice job by Madison Hoffman there.
Malia Reed will check in. She's a sophomore for Sandusky. Our first quarter brought to you by Comfort Control, providing the best comfort residential and commercial customers for more than 40 years. Running right-hander by Hoffman. Not there. It's kicked out of bounds off of Hoffman. And Sandusky will get it. A lot of balls getting knocked out of bounds after those rebounds. 4:49 left, first quarter. Thankful that you're with us, tuning in on the Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Driving Reed had her shot blocked by Kennedy Lacey. It Objection by the junior. They'll have it baseline right. This will be Shanitha Wilson to throw it in. I haven't seen her shoot yet. She's averaging double figures. Ramo to Wilson, low right block. She knocks down the shot. Ask and you receive.
Yeah, beamer pass there from Ramo. Wilson able to finish at the rim.
5 straight by Sandusky. 1-point game. Lacey. Out to Hoffman, top of the key 3. Way too strong, off the flange. It's Lacey with another rebound, missed the shot. And the board for Wilson, her first. Lacey's grabbed a ton of rebounds already. Ball knocked loose under the hoop by Cox. Ends up out of bounds. Cameron the last to touch it. 6-5 Ashland. Sandusky team 1-6 on a 6-game losing streak, but they're competing early, Aiden.
Yeah, this is the slow start I was talking about from the Arrow offense.
That went way off the mark. Hoffman grabs the rebound. That was Wilson on the 3, and Hoffman gets to the rim. Knocks it home off the board. A bank shot by Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate for all your real estate needs. Located right here in Ashland. 4 points for Maddie Hoffman.
Hoffman obviously having a good year, averaging 15.9 points per game, but you think maybe that 29-point outing sparked a little confidence in the senior.
Tried a little shovel pass. It ends up in the Ashland bench. I think that was caught by Marley Henderson. Probably not the intended target. Prentice is going to come back in for Sandusky. We got a timeout on the court. I think that was taken by Sandusky. That's the first by John Winborn, a 30. They'll keep it right here in first quarter action. 4 early points for Hoffman and 4 for Lacey. I have her unofficially, Aiden, already with 4 rebounds.
Yeah, Kennedy doing a good job on the glass. And you're going to need to, especially the Arrows' slow offensive start, not getting a lot to fall. Kennedy's been able to pull in 2 offensive rebounds. Those are going to be big. Obviously not, you would think, again, we said the Arrows should be able to take care of the Blue Streaks here tonight. And but those offensive boards are going to be big down the stretch, especially as you try and make a run, giving yourself as many chances on the offensive end as possible.
Story will run the point here as we're back to action. Arrows ball on the restart. Driving, Lacey off the glass, got it in. Reed was trying to take a charge. No call on the contact. 6 for Kennedy Lacey, and it's 10-5.
It's pretty hard to stop. Kennedy Lacey gets going downhill towards the rim.
Shanitha Wilson to the glass, missed it. Hoffman has the rebound for AHS. Dishes to Lacey and lost it on the way up, but I think it was stripped away by Kristen Johnson, the sophomore guard. And Ashland will keep it. That was a nice dish.
Yeah, it was. Unselfish play from this Arrow team.
Nice pass, threading the needle by Story, and Lacey had the easy layup. She has 8 points, and now it's 12-5, 6-0 run for Ashland here, 2:40 to go first quarter. Prentice for 3, no. Hoffman catches the air ball. She'll push it up the court, and it was stripped away. Hoffman got it back, fires it up, not there. And the rebound for Malia Reed, her first board. 12-5, 7-point lead. And Shanitha Wilson will draw the foul and go to the line. Let's see who was the guilty party. I believe they said Hendershot was the fouler. And Wilson to the line, where she is an 85% foul shooter. There's Renee Holt and her staff on the bench. 3 for Wilson.
Sits substitution. Grace Tobias back into the game for Ashland. Maddie Hoffman sits down for Coach Holt.
Missed the second, and that one's headed out of bounds. Saved nicely by Hendershot. Here come the Arrows on a fast break. Van Tilburg was fouled. A little bit of contact there as she came to a jump stop. Prentice the foul. That's her first. Team foul number 3. Sid's is your go-to for all of your power washing needs with superheated water. 12-6. Lacey Van Tilburg. Story for 3. She loves that spot and cashes in. Her first basket, 15-6.
Cece Sturry's court vision as she's grown up as an Arrow too has improved so much.
There's Cam Cox with a block. Her team high 12th of the year. You see that again on our Sarver paving replay. This is just swatted out of bounds.
Cece does a great job seeing the court, finding the open girl.
Driving layup by Reed goes down the hatch. Her first 2. There's a steal at half court. And it's Wilson at the other end with the finish. Turnover, Ashland.
Sandusky hanging in there with this undefeated Ashland team late in this first quarter.
4 straight points, 15-10. Lacey draws a crowd, goes up over everybody, and sinks the shot.
Finishing through 4 defenders. Kennedy Lacey sends the Arrow lead to 7.
She's in double figures now with 10. 1 minute to go, first quarter, here at Arrow Arena, Ashland and Sandusky. It's Wilson underneath, a little bit of bully ball there. Could not get the shot to go in. Tobias grabs the rebound. Lacey pulls up, knocks down the shot. A dozen in the first quarter, 19-10.
It's so impressive too. Kennedy looked like she was gonna dish it to Cameron Cox, instead pulls up a wide open mid-range jumper from the paint. Knocks it down.
12 points, 4 rebounds, and a blocked shot. Not a bad first quarter for the junior. Largest lead for Ashland. Stovall, guarded by Van Tilburg. Now it's Wilson. Draws a double team, spin move, fade away. Got fouled. They're gonna get Tobias on the foul, trying to help out.
Let's see that one again. I thought there was a travel. Looked like there was before there was contact. Gotta remember, everyone out on the basketball floor is human though. Nonetheless, it'll be free throws at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line.
That one rims out. One more for Shanitha Wilson, the 5'8" junior, averaging 16 points and 10 rebounds. She's been the real bright spot for Sandusky in this tough start at 1-6. Misses them both. Story has the rebound. Arrows have 15 seconds. It's Cox, misses the driving layup with the left hand. It's grabbed by Lacey, but thrown away. The other end, Stovall hits the bucket, and that'll do it for the first quarter. So they run the break there and get to the 12-point mark after 1. It is Ashland 19 and Sandusky 12. We'll get second quarter play-by-play going back in a flash here on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Arrows up by 7 as we go to the second quarter, brought to you by Comfort Control. Checking that scoreboard throughout the game, brought to you by Simonson Construction Services, serving Ashland, North Central Ohio for over 50 years. 12 for number 12. That's the bright spot.
Yeah, it's been a slow start offensively for the Arrows. Cameron Cox, 0 from the field. Look for her to get going both on the offensive side and on the glass.
Scramble for the ball. Sandusky keeps the possession. And then we've got a foul call. They might nail Sandusky on the foul. I believe they did. Looks like Juliana Raymore, the senior, number 2, picked up the foul on a illegal moving screen. So that'll be a turnover, the 5th for Sandusky.
And the Arrows did a nice job of taking care of the basketball, and as I say that, there's a turnover.
That was sort of a telegraphed pass, and Ramo drives in and scores her first 2.
It's only the Arrows' second turnover of the game. They only had 1 in that first quarter. They were taking a great control of the basketball early on.
Well, they force a tie-up. Ashland will have it on the arrow. Anytime Lacey touches the ball, they are collapsing defensively.
Which is what you got to do as an opposing team. You got to make someone else beat you, and that's what Clear Fork did. Unfortunately, Maddie Hoffman had a great night and beat Clear Fork.
Tobias misses, tipped by Sturry over to Hoffman. Forces it up, not there. Lacey another rebound. Hoffman out to Sturry. And they'll pile up on it and out of bounds off of Stovall.
She's not happy with the call, but that was the right call. They both dove for the ball, and her feet hit the out-of-bounds line. It'll be Arrow basketball still.
19-14 Ashland. Entry pass into Cox. Put it on the floor. That's never a good idea, and it's stolen away. It was Johnson who came up with the loose ball. Very opportunistic Blue Streaks team. Now they lose it. That's a turnover. Live ball. Tobias driving to the hoop. Knocked away from behind. It'll be an inbound under the basket for the Arrows. A little ragged here early in the second quarter. The Arrows turning it over twice.
It's Tobias' second steal here of the game. Always a presence on defense for Coach Holt and the Arrows.
They have to get it in ahead of the 5-second call. They do get it to Tobias. Lacey wants to make a move, does, forces up the 15-footer, and she'll go to the line as there is contact. Streaks foul on Cassidy Stovall. Sandusky has lost 6 in a row. They won their opener to start the year, a 5-point win against Lorain. See now up to 13 in the first half. Back to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line. (20-14). Second shot good.
The Arrows now 4 of 6 from the Connery Manufacturing free throw line. Sandusky 1 for 4 early on in this contest.
Ramo running the point now up top. Prentice guarded by Story in the man-to-man. Comes off a screen. Stovall steps back. Rainbow jumper, no. Lacey another rebound. She's grabbing them all. Hoffman for 3. Left side, no. Weak side rebound comes to Story, her 3rd board. Lacey, no look feed to Hoffman, but misses the bunny. Cox has the rebound. Hoffman tries again, misses, and grabs her own board. Tobias driving baseline, got run into. That's Ramo who's going to get the foul. Well, if you're John Winborn on that sequence, you're just ready to blow a gasket for not getting that defensive rebound on one of those misses.
Yeah, the Arrows getting a lot of opportunities down here on this end. Fortunate to get a foul call.
Arrows have not been able to finish around the basket tonight. Long 3, no. And that one ripped away by Ramo, her first rebound. She'll try to go coast to coast with it. In fact, she does, but misses the shot. Hoffman another rebound. Lacey throws it away. In fact, John Winborn was on the receiving end of that pass.
Yeah, the Arrows out of sorts this evening. Their 3rd turnover here in the second quarter. This Sandusky team, they've only won 1 game this season, but they're putting up a good fight here early on in Arrow Arena. Definitely shocking both you and I, David, and they got the ball a chance to cut this to a 4-point game.
scrappy bunch, no question about that. They throw it away there. Ahead to Tobias and finishes at the rim. That was almost blocked by Wilson, but she was just a tad late.
You're looking for anything offensively, and the Arrows do such a good job. We've talked about it at forcing turnovers and getting run-out layups.
There's a steal. That leads to another layup. Back-to-back layups by Tobias. And it's 25-14 all of a sudden, and John Winborn sensing danger. He calls the timeout. Timeouts by Connery Manufacturing for your pump system needs. They'll take a breather. And more of those live ball turnovers that just lead to layups. Tobias with back-to-back finishes there. And it's all of a sudden an 11-point Arrows lead at 25-14.
We talked about Sandusky. They get a lot of good shots. Unfortunately, they don't make a lot for them. 29% from the field. Ashland doing a phenomenal job on the glass. Madison Hoffman and Kennedy Lacey both with 6 rebounds apiece here in the first half. So doing a great job on the glass. Cece Sturry pulling in 3 rebounds. Cameron Cox has 1 as well. And Grace Tobias with a rebound.
Yeah, Arrows getting second opportunities and thirds. See what the Blue Streaks can do with this possession. From the Sandusky Bay Conference Lake Division, there's a steal. Bad pass at half court. Hoffman, jump stop, and the bank shot goes down the hatch. She has 6, gives Sturry the assist. 27-14. A lot of traffic underneath the hoop. Shot no good. Cox down with the board. Arrows in a hurry. Lacey had it knocked away. She was bumped, but no call on Ramu there. I say it was just out of bounds.
Great defense down here on the other end by Cameron Cox to stay straight up, not get called for a foul. Ashland's able to get a rebound and run out in transition again.
Yeah, Cox foul free so far. We're almost halfway through the second quarter. Story thought about launching the 3 there. Instead goes down low. Lacey trying to feed Cox. Ball knocked away. Hoffman ends up with it. Shoots and got a friendly roll. Hoffman with 8 points. 29-14, a big run here. This could go down as our turning point of the game. It is a 10-0 run right now, Aiden.
Wow, yeah, Batman and Robin, Kennedy Lacey and Madison Hoffman doing a phenomenal job. Offensively, the Arrows needed. It was a slow start. They've now grown this lead to 15 in part to this run. Grace Tobias also having a big part in that with the 2 steals and run-out layups, contributing 4 points here in the first half.
Hoffman and Lacey have combined for 22 of the 29 points. 3:58 to go before halftime. Entry into Wilson and a steal.
Nice job there by Cam Cox to get a hand on that pass, but
Arrows return the favor.
Yeah.
Stovall. Over to Prentice. Stovall sets up the play, and a ball knocked away by Lacey, and Cox has it. Full head of steam down court. Left-hand layup, no, but got fouled by Stovall, and she'll go to the line for Connery Manufacturing. Free throws, 2 coming up for the 6'1" senior, Cameron Cox.
Cameron Cox doing a nice job again, getting another steal. She'll head to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line to try and get in the scoring column for the first time this evening.
That went off the mark. 1 more to come for Cox. You know, you talk about football running backs trying to get north-south. They don't want you running side to side, north-south. The Arrow ladies do a pretty good job. When they get a turnover, especially a live ball situation, they go straight to the bucket.
And that's hard to defend too, because that's not common in the girls' game. A lot of girls' teams, coaches like to set up the offense, get some open shots, but the Arrows love to run up and down the floor.
Foul away from the ball. I think it was and Tilburg guilty of the foul. Only the second foul this quarter. Sandusky has 4. 1 more, and that will result in foul shots. Inbound to Journey Newell, the junior who is in. This might be her first appearance in the game. And has her pass knocked down by Cox, but got it right back. Now it's loose. And a quick whistle on the jump ball right as Cox was taking over. See it again right here. She's going to knock the ball loose, and she has the possession right away, but they whistled the jump ball.
If you just watch the Arrow defense's hands, they're so active in the passing lanes.
Out there for Wilson. Cox saves it inbounds. It'll stay Sandusky ball. Prentice. Wilson launches from the right. Long rebound out of bounds off of Lacey. You know, one thing I've noticed really looking at basketball from all levels, men and women, with the proliferation of the three-pointer, there are so many long rebounds.
Oh, yeah.
That are really just, it's a roll of the dice who's going to get it. Story a rebound. She's cleaning up on the glass. 5 boards for her, and she's fouled in the backcourt.
Knocked in the face there.
Wilson guilty of the foul, her first. But you talk about good boxing out technique and all the things that have been tried and true in basketball for years. Almost kind of goes out the window. These long caroms coming off the back rim or backboard. Just crazy. These scrambles for loose balls on regular shots that just come off long.
Yeah, it makes it tough. Makes it tough. The Arrows do a great job of boxing out. I mean, they're doing a good job tonight with rebounds, and they've got multiple players with 3, 4,
it's
to
crazy.
6 rebounds. So
Sturry knocks down a pair of free throws, has 5 points. It's now 31-14. Remember, this was a 19-14 game. Foul's going to go against Sturry. Still not in the bonus, though.
Cece wasn't too happy with that call. I think she felt the offensive player there for Sandusky was out of control and just tripped over her own 2 feet. But nonetheless, that's only Cece's first foul of the contest, so it's not like she's in foul trouble.
Brooklyn Long is in for Sandusky. A steal by Kennedy Lacey. Stepped in front of a pass. Hoffman on the attack. Sturry left wide open and rims out. Rebound down to Wilson. 31-14 Ashland. They've broken it open here in the second quarter. Wilson throws it up wildly off the glass, and that's going Ashland's way. Team rebound there, and Arrows will take over 31-14, so we're looking at a 12-0 run here in the second quarter. It was a 7-point lead after 1 quarter, and then Sandusky got the first basket of the second. It's been all Ashland since then. Hoffman catch and shoot, left side, jackpot.
Maddie Hoffman shoots the 3 ball at 32% coming into this game, and obviously in their last contest against Clear Fork, breaking the school record with 8 3-pointers in 1 game, gets her first 3-pointer of the evening.
Tipped away. That's turnover number 12. They get it to Cox running the court, and she scores with the left hand.
That was a much better job there by Cameron Cox. Unlike the last time where she kind of ran and got fouled and was a little out of control. Good job to jump stop and go up with the left hand and finish at the rim.
Journey Newell with the handoff, and it's stolen away. Hoffman has a wide open layup, and the Ward Real Estate bank shot is perfect. She has a baker's dozen. 38-14, now a 24-point lead. Story reaching around, lucky to not get the foul called there. 1 minute to go before halftime. 1 minute. That's Ramo off the mark. Story grabs the air ball and then gets fouled. Right now, some frustration setting in, I think, on the part of the Blue Streaks. Those backcourt fouls, usually a sign of that. Second foul for Ramo. And Story to the Connery Manufacturing foul line. She has 5 points.
Well, just a great job of help side defense by Kennedy Lacey down here, allowing for Sandusky throws up an errant shot. Cece Sturry gets the rebound, gets fouled, and then heads to the Connery Manufacturing free throw line to try and grow this lead.
1 out of 2. Tobias in and Story out. Sud's substitution. 49 seconds left. We're in the second quarter here at Arrow Arena. This one going about as expected. Wilson misses. Another rebound for Lacey. We'll have all the totals coming up at halftime. Lacey off 1 foot. Cox had the rebound momentarily, never controlled it, and it was ripped away by Journey Newell. Time a rebound by Hendershot off the miss. 15 ticks left. See if the Arrows can get to the 40-point mark, and they can.
That's a prime example of not putting the ball on the floor and good things happen. Cameron Cox able to finish around the rim for her 4th point of the night.
41-14 is your halftime score. The Arrows went from 19-14 and pitched a shutout for about 7 minutes of that second quarter, and they only give up 2 points the entire quarter, and they take over the game 41-14. Pretty impressive, Aiden.
Yeah, very good close. When things were looking a little shaky to start, the Arrows weathered the storm and took control. They got a commanding lead going into the locker room. Coach Holt's got to be very satisfied with where things are right now in this contest. You're doing what you should do in a game where you're facing off against a team that's only won 1 game this season.
Well, the Jazz Band taking the night off tonight, Aiden. We've been enjoying that. Your old group, you again did a great job last Friday night performing with the Jazz Band. But when they do perform here on our broadcasts and for the home fans, it's brought to you by Bill Harris Dealerships with locations in Ashland and Loudonville. From Chevys to Fords to Dodges to Jeeps and quality-owned pre-owned vehicles, Bill Harris Dealerships is your one-stop shop. We're at halftime. It is 41-14. The undefeated Ashland Arrows cruising here on their home floor. We'll take this time out and come back with some first-half stats and discussion. You're watching Arrows basketball on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
The team at Whitcomb & Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments.
Well, it's 41-14 as we welcome you back here to Aero Arena for some girls varsity action here on this December the 30th. Final game of the year for Ashland basketball. Back here on Saturday night for boys varsity action against Ontario. The boys team will play on Friday at New Philly and then back at home for a back-to-back as Ontario will come in for non-conference action. Ontario has back-to-back also. They'll play on Friday and then come here on Saturday. But they are unbeaten at the moment at 9-0, so that'll be a big test for the Arrows boys team. That they are red hot right now, coming off a couple of big wins. We can go ahead and name our turning point of the game. It's brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right on time. We usually will wait till the postgame for that, but hard to ignore a 22-0 run to close out the second quarter for the Arrows. I mean, they just took over, forcing turnovers, turning them into points, defense to offense, and it went from a 5-point lead to what it currently is, 41-14. So it's some pretty impressive defense there. I'm sure Coach Holt will be talking about that on the postgame show, Aiden, but they were able not only to force the turnovers, but cash in.
Well, Sandusky cut it to 5 there early to start the second quarter, and then they didn't score a single basket to end the second quarter. So great defense by the Arrows, but also great rebounding. Ashland 27 rebounds in that first half. Hoffman with 6, Lacey with 8, Sturry with 6, Cox with 2, Tobias with 1, and Kaya Hendershot pulling in 2 as well. The Arrows doing a good job of taking care of the basketball. Sandusky has sped up this Arrow offense a little bit. The Arrows only have 5 turnovers. Sandusky has 14. The Arrows forced 10 turnovers there in that second quarter.
Well, what else you got here, Aiden? I know you're still totaling up some of your numbers, but Kennedy Lacey with 14 points. I think I had her for 7 boards, also a block and an assist. All around great first half for the junior. And Maddie Hoffman hitting some big shots, including a 3 during that 22-0 run.
Yeah, and it's been, I mean, Maddie Hoffman and Kennedy Lacey up there, 14 points for Lacey, 13 points for Hoffman, but a nice contribution from the rest of the starting 5. 6 points for Sturry off of a 3 and 3 free throws. Cameron Cox with 4 points and Grace Tobias with 4 points. Ashland shooting 7 of 12 from the free throw line. Sandusky's 1 of 4. So the Arrows not shooting it where they'd like to. They come into the game averaging 57% from the free throw line, shooting 7 of 12%. That's 58%, so just above that average. Coach Holt would love to see that improve in the second half.
Scoring totals for Ashland. We mentioned Lacey with 14, Hoffman with 13, Tobias 4 points. She had those on back-to-back steals and layups. Story with 6, including a 3-pointer. Cam Cox had 4 with a couple of boards and an assist, I believe a block shot. For Sandusky, 2 points for Cassidy Stovall. Malia Reed, 2 points. Amari Prentice hit a 3. Their leading scorer, Shawnitha Wilson, had 5 points and a couple of rebounds. And Makia Ramo, 2 points and a rebound. So the Arrows did a good job of shutting down the top 2 scorers for the Blue Streaks, holding them to a combined 7 points. This is exactly what they did against Clear Fork. Josie Van Tilburg, I think, had the great defensive assignment, kept their leading scorer to just 2 points in the ball game. So keying in on the players you have to stop is always a key to victory. Aiden, they did it tonight.
Yeah, and Coach Holt, I mean, I don't know really if there's much else you can say in the locker room except for finish, because you did about everything you could in that first half. You saw a slow start in the beginning, but you were able to, like I say, weather the storm, and they came out in that second quarter and just dominated. So the message to the team is just finish, keep doing what you're doing. Don't do anything dumb, you know. Continue to play our brand of basketball, which Coach Holt talks about all the time. Play Arrow basketball, hustle, give 100% effort. Continue to rebound like you have, out-rebounding Sandusky by 14, 27-13. So keep doing what you're doing, and they should be able to cruise to victory here in the second half.
You know, it's interesting, Aiden. I don't disagree with you at all. but I guess it goes to show what the expectations are when you say a team, the team gets off to a slow start. Well, they were up 6-0. They scored 19 points in the first quarter, which is close to an 80-point pace. But they were off kilter a little bit in the early going. They had a 19-12 lead, a 7-point lead after the first quarter. So even though things were really going pretty well, you look and you say, they're not really the normal Arrows that we're used to seeing. That's, I guess, pretty good.
Yeah, I guess too, it's just kind of what we expected coming into this game.
Right.
They're 8-0, Sandusky's 1-6, and you got a 5-point game early in the second quarter. So, but I guess we got to weather the expectations a little bit, right? We're very blessed to be able to cover these games for these ladies who are just off to an incredible start, and I guess you could say spoiled. But they're handling business here as they should in Arrow Arena.
Well, so it's 41-14. It's a 27-point lead. And I'll confess, I don't know the exact parameters, but we might end up in a running clock situation. I think it might be 35.
I think so.
So we'll
I think
see
it's
how
30,
that goes.
35, and then it's got to get back below 30 or something like that. Different than football. I'm still in football where it's 30, right? Football.
30 points in the second half.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes here. If we notice the clock just running, we'll know we're there.
Hot food is $1.
The concession stand knows that.
They're putting the sale on early here.
Yep. They know that we could get that running clock and we could be out of here early.
It is Arrows ball on the restart. So we're glad you're with us here for some Tuesday night basketball. Pretty frigid outside in the Ashland area today. Bad pass, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Ashland ball. Hoffman will trigger the play.
That's really the big thing, right? You want to see your team take care of the basketball here in the second half.
Looks like Sandusky's going to come out in a zone here to start the third quarter. Hoffman misses a three. There's one of those long rebounds, and Hoffman gets the board. Tried to muscle it inside through two defenders. It's stolen away. It's turnover. Number 6 on the night. There's a steal by the Arrows. Ahead to Lacey, and she will finish with the left hand. So she has now 16 in the ball game.
It's crazy to see when a team sells out on one player like they have with Lacey, and she's still able to have 14 first half points and now up to 16. Pretty remarkable stuff from number 12.
They do a great job of getting the ball up court. There's a turnover on a travel. Arrows get the steal and just take off, and they fill the passing lanes. Usually whoever steals the ball automatically has options left and right.
And they all do a good job of looking and seeing what's around them. I know when Madison Hoffman steals the ball, you can always see her look kind of behind her in her peripheral vision to see where the defenders are.
Late pass by Lacey. And Wilson saw that one coming, so she kicked it out of bounds. .6:55 to go, third quarter. 43-14, now a 24-0 run. Shots up and good. Gives Sturry the assist, and Lacey has 18 points.
I know we're not going to get there tonight, David, but that's 919 for number 12 in the Arrow uniform.
That went up off the top of the backboard. Stovall throws it out of bounds, essentially. 45-14 now.
We're also close to 1K too for Paxton Edgar, so a couple big milestones coming up here in Arrow Arena.
As Hoffman, unimpeded, takes it right to the glass. She has 15 points.
28-0 run.
Wow. 47-14.
That's what the Arrows have done this season, just dominate their opponent.
They stay in the man-to-man. Ramo the turnaround. She knocks it down. So that finally stops the long Arrows run. Tobias uses up the dribble, double team. Somebody's open. Lacey will go straight to the hoop. Finger roll, perfect. And she has 20, scoring at will right now. 49-16. 33-point lead. Went off the fingertips of Prentice. Turnover number 17. Van Tilburg will check in. A Sid's subs. I think I had the wrong consonant there.
Suds
Substitution.
It's kind of a tongue twister there.
Turnover. Wilson to Prentice, got fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
And Coach Holt not happy with that turnover there.
5:40 on the clock, third quarter. Now, John Winborn was saying, hey, look, I've got some players that do not have a lot of varsity experience, and his whole outlook is, I guess what any coach would say, is to get better by tournament time. There he is. Got a violation there, lane violation against Sandusky. Shot didn't go in anyway. So they leave 2 points on the table there. Full court pressure, and it forces the turnover. Hoffman throws it away. Would surprise some folks over there in the first couple of rows.
That'll wake you up.
And Hoffman jumps the route and takes it to the glass and scores with the left hand. She was sort of plotting that the whole time.
Bank Shots tonight brought to you by Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate. For all your real estate needs, visit Coldwell Banker Ward right here in Ashland.
Ramo scoops it up with the left hand. It's out of bounds off Hoffman. Hindershot coming in. Kaya, 1 rebound in the first half. Story gets a breather. 5:05 on the clock. And I think we've reached that running clock situation now, Aiden. So the second half will go by in expedited fashion. That one's up for grabs. Stovall down the right side, off the glass, no. Ramo the follow. She has half a dozen. Cox will finish. Low right block.
Cameron needs that for her confidence. It's been a slow start for her offensively this season after a couple 30-point games a season ago, so to see those fall is always good for your confidence.
Ramo the turnaround. Cox the last to touch it.
Sid Suds substitutions here for the Arrows. Cece Sturry and Grace Tobias return, replacing Josie Van Tilburg and Madison Hoffman.
Ramo forces it up there, misses the shot. They'll get Hindershot on the foul, I believe. That'll be her second. Our third and fourth quarter play-by-play brought to you by Comfort Control. You see the personal foul right there on our Sarvin paving replay. No good by Ramo, 80% foul shooter.
The Blue Streaks struggling tonight from the free throw line. They were 1 of 4 at halftime. That's now 1 for 7. They shoot it at 64% on the year, too.
She got that one. She has 7. It's 53-19. Tobias handling the defensive pressure. Story fires. Three-pointer, no. Rebound down to Wilson. One pass up court, and I think that's thrown away. Got away from Journey Newell.
It's 19 turnovers now for the Lady Blue Streaks.
John Winborn, his third year, assisted by Tashera Jeffries, Greg Seisel. Tobias works it across the 10-second line. Lacey. Underneath, no look feed. Cox is fouled going up. She'll get 2 free throws here. The Connery Manufacturing foul line. Malia Reed picked up the foul. 2:16 and counting here on the running clock. So Cox to the line. She is a 47% foul shooter. She has 7 points now.
Maddie Hoffman returns.
It's substitution. Maddie Hoffman returns for Kaya Hendershot, and it's really, really good for the Arrows to get this game time simulation, if you will, of the full court press, because they'll definitely see a lot of that full court pressure down the stretch, especially into tournament time. So can't simulate that in practice.
There's Story with a rebound. Cox from Hoffman. Give Hoffman the assist. Cox in double figures now. And there's a steal by Lacey. And she'll fight her way to the rim, score, and get fouled. That's an and one opportunity brought to you by the Norma Foundation, rewarding big plays on the court and big ideas off it. Lacey with 22. We see it again there on the Sarver Paving replay.
Kennedy just muscling that one in. Up to 22 points now. Hard to stop that one. Hard to stop number 12.
Misses the front end. There's Cox. Had it stripped away after she went back up. Thought there might have been a foul there. They let it go. It's almost thrown away. Cox stops the ball on the sideline. It's out of bounds. They say it's off of Cox. The Arrows were all starting to walk to the other end.
I think Cameron wanted a foul there on that putback attempt. Unfortunately, didn't get the call. She's just laughing about it now.
They take it away. Turnover 21. Cox is open at the other end, but got fouled on her way up, so she will go back to the line. This will get us to the end of the third quarter.
I want to shoot it when that buzzer goes off.
I think you're going to get your wish here. Nope, she was still holding the ball. Are they going to count that? I mean, what are we doing here? Everybody heads over to the bench. They're going to let her go ahead and finish the shot. Her second shot, that'll end the quarter. Interesting.
Nice.
Got that one. She has 11. That brings us to the end of the third quarter. Let's pause here. We'll have fourth quarter action coming up. All Arrows here tonight against the Blue Streaks. You're watching Arrows basketball on the Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com.
Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated.
We go to the fourth quarter here on our presentation of Arrows basketball on the Arrows Broadcasting Network, presented by Sarver Paving. Sandusky ball on the restart, and a block by Lacey. Picked up by Brooklyn Long. I'll give Lacey another block as she is filling up the stat sheet this evening. 22 points for her. That one thrown up, and it goes in. I think that was Newell. Her first two. 60-21. Lacey, an acrobatic layup that doesn't go in. Cox had the putback not go. 60-21.
Don't know how much longer we'll see the starting five for Coach Holt's squad. The commanding lead.
We have Henderson, Puckett, O'Brien all ready to go. Tobias grabs a rebound under the hoop, but then lost it out of bounds.
Give her a rebound and a turnover there. Nice job of following the shot by Grace, just unfortunately couldn't maintain possession of the basketball.
60-21. I'll be interested to hear Coach Holt's thoughts after the game. As Newell forces up a layup, won't go. Offensive rebound for Johnson. And then a whistle. That ball is knocked out of bounds. I think the Blue Streaks will keep it. But I'm just interested in her thoughts. When you get into a situation you're dominating the way they have tonight, what do you really get out of it? What are you trying to get out of it? What do you see that you try to work on during the course of the game? Well, Lacey's finished, so is Hoffman. Again, the running clock is going to take this one down to zeros very quickly. Rainbow shot by Stovall, not there, and Cox has another rebound, and they're all over her in the backcourt.
Nice job there by Cameron. Maintain her composure.
Foul goes against Reed. They have that for her third. Cox, I have unofficially, Aiden, with 5 boards. You might have extra one there.
Got 6. There's a
Reed a little too far under the basket. Still got it to the rim, but Cox comes up with another rebound. Van Tilburg. Story trailing. Yes. So she has 9 after draining that 3 ball. 63-21.
Cece doesn't score a lot of points, averaging 5 coming into this contest, but shoots the 3 ball remarkably well at 44%.
Near steal. Blue Streaks keep it. Fourth quarter action here at Arrow Arena. Nice move underneath. Johnson missed the shot, got the rebound, and then a turnover. No, a
jump ball.
Tie up. It'll stay Blue Streaks ball. Here comes Puckett and Henderson. Sturry and Cox will retire for the evening. 9 for Sturry and 11 for Cox. Arrows playing without Hartman tonight. Step back 3. Missed iron by Long, and the rebound for Puckett. Van Tilburg underneath, and Hendershot misses the bunny. Tie up on the rebound. It'll go to Ashland, I believe, on the arrow this time. Hendershot looking for her first basket. It would not cooperate. She'll trigger the play. Van Tilburg launches a 3.
Rebound.
Run out for Stovall. Exactly what I was talking about earlier. Foul by Van Tilburg here, her second. Down to 3:20 to go. Arrows cruising to a win. We'll have our Janney postgame show to follow with complete reaction from players and coaches. Stovall misfires. Sandusky will have a game on Saturday afternoon at Tiffin Columbian. It's a conference game for the Streaks. Misses the second shot. Not hit iron, I believe, so it'll go to Ashland. While the Arrows will head to West Holmes Saturday night. It's a team that enters play tonight. 2-4. Nope. Looking at the wrong sheet. West Holmes is 3-5 overall, 2-1 in the conference. Another jump ball. It's going to go back to Sandusky. Playing out the string here at Arrow Arena. Arrows will go to 9-0. This is a non-conference game, but they'll also go to 6-0 here at home. They've done great guarding their home floor.
The community's starting to take note of that. We got a decent crowd here for a Tuesday night in Arrow Arena.
It's still holiday time. A lot of people still out of town. Here's Newell. She has 4 points. .40 advantage. Ryan navigating along the sideline, but I think she stepped on the line to turn it over. I'm up for 10 turnovers. Arrows have kept those to a minimum in the ball game. It led by 7 after 1, and then had the 22-2 second quarter to take over. We have just a little over a minute left. Long three banked in. Malia Reed.
For 3.
Steal at the other end.
It's chaos here, David.
Yep. Just letting it all speak for itself right now, Eden. Bank shot. That's thrown up and in. I believe that was Cassidy Stovall, her 4th point. Another jump ball. So we've got 63-28. Arrows 1 shy of tying their season high. They've hit 64 twice, most recently against Mansfield-Madison. And Tilburg with 20 seconds left, weaving through traffic. Arrows do not need to take another shot.
I don't think they will.
Puckett holding the ball. And we're down to 10, and that should do it. The Arrows soundly defeat the Blue Streaks. The Sandusky losing streak reaches 7. They drop to 1-7. And as they line up for handshakes at midcourt, the Arrows remain unbeaten at 9-0 on the year. As the beat goes on for this Ashland Arrows girls varsity team, off to a tremendous start as they close out the calendar year in impressive fashion. Your final score at Arrow Arena, Ashland 63, Sandusky 28. Please stay tuned. Our post-game show will follow immediately. You're watching Arrows basketball on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network.
Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Ashland isn't just where we work, it's our home. From glorious country to Main Street parades, we're proud to be part of what makes this town special. At Bill Harris Dealerships, being a key member of the community is one of our core values. But it's more than that. It's a responsibility. Because without Ashland, without you, we wouldn't be here. So stay golden, Ashland. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust.
Need a construction team that can do it all? Bo Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Bo Lacey Construction.
We are back here at Arrow Arena for the Janney postgame show on the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network. Our postgame show brought to you by Janney in Mansfield. Financial advice from experienced people you can trust. Check out Rich Story at janney.com, Janney, for all your financial needs. We have plenty of stuff to get through here on our postgame show. Interviews coming up with Coach Holt and Cameron Cox. We'll be going through all the numbers and scoring here. And we'll get to that right now here on our post-game stat recap. It's brought to you by your hometown law leader, the law offices of Andrew Bush, located right here in Ashland, Ohio. Aiden is figuring up a lot of the team numbers here, but we can go over some of the scoring totals for the Arrows no surprise here. Lacey and Hoffman getting the Yeoman's share of the scoring. Hoffman finishes with 17 in the ball game, 13 of those in the first half. Lacey got off to a tremendous start in the first quarter. She finishes the game with 22, just a point shy of her season average. 4 points for Grace Tobias. Story finishes with 9. And Cameron Cox, whom we'll talk to momentarily, she finishes with 11. So 3 players in double figures. Story just out of that range with 9 points. The Blue Streaks, 4 points for Cassidy Stovall. Malia Reed had 5. Amari Prentice, 3. Journey Newell had 4 points. Shawnitha Wilson finished with just 5 points, well below her season average. And Micaiah Ramo finished with 7 in tonight's ball game. So those are some of the scoring totals. Aiden will have plenty of other team numbers to come in just a moment. Sandusky had 21 turnovers in the ball game, so the Arrow defense was able to force a number of Sandusky live ball turnovers that led directly to offense. They were able to cash in on a lot of those turnovers, especially during that long run in the second quarter. We'll get back to that momentarily, but I believe Cam Cox is joining us right now for some post-game reaction after an 11-point performance. Aiden, take it away.
Cameron, obviously a great night for you, getting back into double figures, 11 points, 7 rebounds. But tonight, for the team, it was the defensive effort. It was a close game, 19-12 after the first quarter, and then they cut it to 5, 19-14 early in that second quarter. What was it for the team? You guys went on to go on a 22-0 run. What was it defensively for you guys that was working tonight?
I think just picking up the energy and the pressure on the ball, knowing that we can give more and we have to make more. So.
And you guys too. You especially love to get your hands in the passing lane. Do you guys work on that a lot at practice?
Yeah, we just work like in being up in the jumping, like on the line we call it. So just big on that, yeah. Very active in the passing lane. And then rebounding wise, you guys did a phenomenal job on the glass tonight. 4 players with more than 7 rebounds. You had 7. What is it with just the overall effort of everyone? It truly takes a team effort for you guys. How is that going to suit you guys well as you continue to go on down this regular season stretch and into the postseason? I think just having everybody contributing, whether it's on the ball, off the ball, defensively, offensively, like we really have complete that 5-person game, and I just think it's crucial for us against teams that are just going out there to look to score. We can do both sides and really do good at both. So.
Well, I'm sure it's nice for you too, as well, to see you get back into double figures. I know for you it's good for your confidence and just the balanced scoring attack for you guys, with Kennedy pouring in 22, Maddie with 17, you with 11, and CC with 9. So congratulations, you're the Truex Printing Player of the Game. You got a gift card to Applebee's, and then we get back going into conference, the conference schedule here soon with West Holmes on Saturday. The Arrows are 9-0. How's it feel?
It feels good. It's a weird feeling. I'm not used to this. But I just think we need to stay humble and continue to play second so we can win every single game.
Very good. A very mature response there by senior Cameron Cox, who chips in 11 points and 7 rebounds today. That's your Truex Printing Player of the Game.
All right, Aiden and Cam, great job tonight in this big win for the Arrows. Our Player of the Game delivered, as Aiden said, by Truex Printing, your full-service commercial printing source in Ashland and Loudonville. TrueXPrinting.com. Just a great effort by Cameron Cox tonight. Aiden, as you alluded to during the interview, sort of owned the paint, had a couple of blocked shots, and you're going to go over some of the other numbers here, but just her presence inside tonight, I think, really affected the ball game.
And she's done such a good job, too, as she's grown up to stay out of foul trouble. Cameron Cox, I had her, what?
Yeah, no, I didn't have her.
No fouls. No fouls. And Cameron Cox has fouled out multiple times over her high school career. So to be 6'1" down in the post and have such a presence down low and to stay out of foul trouble is huge for Coach Holt and his squad, because other than the Cameron Cox graduating, Lauren Green, who kind of also was a big post presence for you defensively a season ago. So after losing her to graduation, it's crucial
for Cameron to stay out of foul trouble and doing such a good job of that this season, has such a good awareness of where she is down low and staying out of foul trouble.
Well, I mentioned earlier our turning point of the game was that 22-0 run, which eventually, Aiden, I think, exploded out to 28-0. But that turning point was in the second quarter. It was brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right on time. Also time for our big shot of the game. It's brought to you by our friends at Big Land Home Improvement and Property Maintenance, located right here in Ashland. You can check them out for all of your home improvement and property management needs. The one I circled on my card, Aiden, was a Madison Hoffman three-pointer right in the midst of that 22-0 run. That shot made it 34-14, gave the Arrows a 20-point lead at that juncture of the game. It was their largest of the game. That's our big shot of the game, presented by Big Land Home Improvement and Property Maintenance. Coach Holt has joined our post-game show for some thoughts after this massive win tonight, 63-28.
Coach, you guys are now 9-0, so congrats. Big win today, 63-28 over Sandusky. And just another phenomenal effort from your defense. Obviously, the offense doing what it does, scoring 63 points, but you guys went on a 28-point run there. Sandusky cut it to 5 points at the start of the second quarter. So what did you see out of your defense tonight?
We showed up there in the second quarter. First quarter I didn't really like, but that happens when you get into just these different teams and coming off Christmas break. But I like what we did the second quarter, and then the rest of the game we picked it up on defense, and that transitioned to our offense.
And then just the overall, team effort. Your scoring attack is really starting to become even more balanced. Kennedy Lacey obviously does what she does. Maddie Hoffman's really gaining a lot more confidence. She already had confidence and scored at a remarkable mark, but now she's scoring consistently in the 15-point range. And then you see Cameron back in double figures tonight. CC with 9 points. Overall team effort. What like on the offensive glass, on the defensive glass, you had 4 players with more than 7 rebounds. So what did you see overall effort-wise from your team tonight?
Rebounds, that is effort. That's attitude and effort. And we preach they're a brick and board team. So get your butt on the boards. It's cool seeing Hoffman and Lacey go back and forth, kind of like a Batman Robin thing. But then Cam to come in, Sturry to come in, Grace, she works her butt off every game. For them, other players to come in and do what they did tonight, it's cool to see to get into the second half of the year.
And you guys are up 41-14 at halftime. Pretty much everything's going right for the Arrows. What's the message at halftime in a game like that?
Don't let up. I don't care what the score is. We're still going to hold our standard and play Ashland basketball.
There we go. Love it. Now, obviously, you don't get much time to do this during the season. You had Christmas there. You got a chance to reflect. I know at the beginning of your career, coming into this program, you kind of came into a broken program with not a lot of recent success. Your record's not necessarily the greatest as a coach, but in these last 2 seasons, you've seen this group and how they've grown, and you've seen the overall culture of this program just turn itself around. So having a chance to reflect, what does it mean to you to have this Ashland program at 9-0?
I'm very blessed. It's a very rewarding job. Those first couple years, I think anybody would say they wouldn't have pulled their hair out. But looking back, I learned a lot personally and as a coach and, back during my playing days. But to be where we are now, it's the hard work that these girls have put in, the years to start my career as a coach, and then, each and every day they come in and work hard. So give them props, because I wouldn't be here, obviously, without them. Very, very awesome. Very, very excited for you. Obviously, I know the start was tough for you, but it's awesome to see where you've taken this program, and you deserve a lot of credit for that. Back to OCC play on Saturday. What's the first impression of West Holmes? They're tough. They're a scrappy team, and we're down in the dungeon. So we got to come ready to play and play our basketball. Well, a 63-28 win for the Ashland Arrows. Coach Holt's team advancing to 9-0, still 5-0 in the OCC, looking to stay on top and stay undefeated on Saturday against West Holmes. Congrats on the win, Coach. Thank you.
All right, Coach Holt, her 50th win
at
Ashland.
Let's go.
Nicely done. Appreciate the great comments. Aiden, thank you very much. Our play of the game, built by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right, on time. I'm not sure what to go with as a play of the game tonight, but the Arrows had some pretty good points off turnovers, fast break layups. Anything stand out to you, Aiden?
I think it's the first quarter three-pointer by CC Sturry in the corner that really got the offense going. We talked about how spoiled we were to call that a slow start for the Arrows as they commanded a 7-point lead after the first quarter, but the three-pointer by CC Sturry, the Bo Lacey construction play of the game in that first quarter.
Yeah, I believe that made it 15-12 at the time, and I think that's a great choice for that award tonight. Again, brought to you by Bo Lacey. Let's go to some numbers that you have here, Aiden. Anything else jump off the stat sheet for you?
Yeah, I kind of talked about it in some of those interviews, but just an overall great effort on the offensive side, on the defensive side, rebounding for Ashland today. Kennedy Lacey leading the way for the Arrows, 22 points, 8 rebounds. Obviously, we've grown accustomed to Kennedy doing that for this Ashland team, but it was Madison Hoffman the other night at Clear Fork, so it's cool to see how it can be anyone's night for the Lady Arrows. Madison Hoffman, 17 points, 7 rebounds. Cameron Cox, 11 points, 7 rebounds. CC Sturry, 9 points, pulling in 7 rebounds. Grace Tobias, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 3 steals for the Arrows. Kaya Hendershot got some minutes tonight, 3 rebounds for her. And the team had 12 turnovers, Sandusky with 21. Ashland out-rebounding Sandusky 38-26. So overall, Tuesday night, first game after break, a few days off, the Arrows picking right back up where they left off, a commanding 63-28 victory over the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, a game that got a little wild at times, a lot of long rebounds, crazy shots. The Arrows did a nice job kind of staying in control. As you alluded to, I think astutely, Aiden did not get into any kind of foul trouble. Certainly could have had a lot of on-the-back fouls, things of that nature. Just did not let the game get away from them, and they dominate with a 63-28 final. Arrows gave up 12 points in the first quarter, but then after that, Aiden, 2 in the second, 5 in the third, 9 in the fourth.
And it's obvious to point out, but isn't it crazy to think about that the Lady Arrows went on a 28-point run and they only held Sandusky to 28 points? So the defense is winning this team games. I know they scored 63 points, but the defense is what is going to carry this team through the rest of the season and the rest of conference play.
Well, our next broadcast, Aiden, will be on Saturday. That will be when the boys are here against Ontario. That'll be around a 7:15-ish start. We'll have all of our pregame coverage, of course, for you. And then it'll be Ashland and Ontario. I wish you a happy new year, my friend, and we'll see you in 2026.
You as well, David. We got a big one here on Saturday night. We've been treated to some good contests for the boys team here recently with the Mansfield Senior game and the Lexington game. Now they got an undefeated Ontario team coming into Arrow Arena, barring what happens obviously on Friday night. So excited to call another game with you, and Happy New Year.
All right. Special thanks as well to Brandon Gunder on a job well done at the controls here on the Arrows Broadcasting Network. That will wrap up our coverage. Congratulations again to the Arrows again. For Aiden Chandler, it's David Wilson now saying goodbye from Ashland, Ohio. The final score once again, the Arrows defeat the Sandusky Blue Streaks 63-28. Please stay tuned for more Arrows basketball this coming Saturday night as the boys will host Ontario. You've been watching the Ashland Arrows Broadcasting Network on YouTube, presented by Sarver Paving.